Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah for those of you who didn't know that. And today I'm coming to you with my January wrap-up. And to be honest, it's crazy that we are finished with January. And I read 4 books this month. And I am actually kind of happy with that because I have just been, to be honest, I have been having a really shitty January. So to be able to finish 4 books is actually good for me. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first book was my All Around the World book, and that was The Pleasures of Eliza Lynch by Anne Enrich. And this book is about Eliza Lynch, and she goes from Paris to be with her lover, to say it like that, and he is a rich, like really almost a famous guy from Paraguay. So she goes to Paraguay, and at the time they are not married. But I won't say what happens since it's a really short book. It's like 200 something pages. And we are like following her as she becomes one of Paraguay's rich people at that time. And then war breaks loose and things can really go wrong in war. So I gave this 2 stars. I wasn't a real fan of it. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, I made a review and I will link that up somewhere here. I think it's up here. So there I talk a little bit more in depth of what will happen or what happened. So the next book I finished was The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. And in this book we are following two sisters called, I think it's Vianne and Isabel. And they are really separated because one is a little older and one is younger. And then World War II breaks out. And they have kind of a different image of what they will do to survive the war. So Isabel is really young and she wants to really do something in the war. She wants to like really do something and be able to help. And Vianne, she has a husband who goes to war, and she also has a young daughter. And she must do something different because all she can think about is her daughter and how she can help her the best way. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. I love the writing. And at first I wasn't really invested in it and I put it down. And then I picked it up again like a few days later. And then I binged the whole thing. I think I read over half of it in a day. I really love this book. The next book I finished was for the Hungerathon. And that was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And if you don't know what this book is about, I think you have been living under a rock, but yeah, I can tell a little about it. In this book, we are following Katniss Everdeen from District 13. And they have been separated into originally 13 districts around one capital. And years back there was an uprising and District 13 was destroyed. And to remind everyone, the capital made the Hunger Games. And then there they will send 2 tributes to fight to their death. And basically that is how it all starts. So yeah, I really love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this from the first time I read it, and I still do. I still really, really love this book. And I think that I always will do. So, the final book I read was The Maze Runner by James Dashner. And this is a really famous book as well. Here we are following Thomas, who is sent up in a box. And he finds himself in the glade where there are only teenagers. And around them there are a big maze. And the only way out is through the maze, but they have never been able to come out alive from that. And basically a day after Thomas comes, a girl arrives, and she is giving the message everything is gonna change, and she is the last one ever. And basically everything will change when this happens, and now they must find a way to survive. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really love this book. And yeah, I don't really know if the rating will change if I eventually order this in English, because sometimes Norwegian has a really plain, weird language, to be honest. But yeah, overall I really, really enjoy this book. I really love it. So yeah, that was all the 4 books I read in January. And yeah, I hope to get to more in February, and I just might be able to do that because yeah, I have a humongous TBR for that. But yeah, that was it for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!